Hey, this is Project 21 on Twitter, also twitch.tv/Project21, and also California Kenny at YouTube. So obviously if you're watching this video, you're watching me here. This is my personal review of the Razer Onza Tournament Edition controller, and there's a lot to talk about, so let's get right into it. On this side of the controller, you have the backlit buttons, and the really unique portion of this is that the travel distance to hit the button is actually very low. So for chainsaw duels or any type of quick time events where you have to tap your button, you actually have an advantage utilizing these controls. So the actual face buttons are really nice. The joysticks are not only raised, but these dials you can actually use to adjust resistance. So you can actually have it as very light resistance in order to utilize the joystick, or you can have a lot of resistance. Personally, I enjoy a lot of resistance, so I can turn up the sensitivity in my game really, really high, and then flick the joystick however much I need to in order to utilize that much sensitivity. The start and back buttons are at the bottom of the controller, and they'll avoid any kind of accidental press. I haven't accidentally pressed them at all. The D-pad is very unique in the fact that each up, down, left, right has its own quadrants. So if you want to hit up, you're gonna hit up. You're not gonna accidentally hit the other buttons or hit up and left. The very unique point to this controller is the actual top of it. So the triggers are fanned. So as you can see here, they're not just straight down; they're actually curved, and that allows you to fan the trigger really, really well to be able to get your shots off. I really like this in Modern Warfare 3. I felt like I was able to get the first shot on a lot of my opponents more so than they were against me, because I actually have less travel distance to activate the trigger. The buttons up here, you have your bumpers, and they click and they make lots of noise. And you actually have remappable buttons up here as well. So you can actually remap these to any button on the controller. What I do is I have them remapped to my thumbsticks. So if I have to zoom in or if I have to curve stomp someone, I can just really trigger that. To remap those, you utilize the buttons that are down here. And I have it remapped to the right stick, but I'm clicking the face buttons right now. And that's how you actuate it. The 2.5mm port for your Xbox headsets are right here. So it's kind of nice. Now, one thing that's, pro or con I just want to demonstrate is the fact that, this cord, I'm still going, it's got 15 feet of cable. So if you just keep that in mind, some people may really enjoy that. I'm not a fan of a 15-foot cable. I'd rather have it be about 6 feet or 8 feet. I don't need that much cable, especially if I'm playing on my monitor and playing super ultra competitive about it. Some of the likes that I really do like about it, I really love the triggers. In Gears of War, I talked about in Modern Warfare 3, but Gears of War with the hammer burst, I'm unstoppable with this controller. The remappable buttons I'm getting some used to, and I really like the thumbsticks. Some gripes that I have about the controller, the D-pad is taking some getting used to. I don't say that it's not something I'm not going to eventually be able to master, but it's definitely taken some used to when I'm swapping weapons in Gears of War or utilizing kill streaks in Modern Warfare 3. One thing that I have been accidentally doing is when I'm holding the controller, if I'm moving down this way, which means I'm probably backpedaling, you can actually hit this top button very easily. So, if I'm playing like this, I've hit this button on accident. And if I'm in an intense gun battle and I accidentally activate my smoke grenades, I'm a very unhappy camper. So I just have to keep that in mind. The controller is also a different form factor. It's actually a little bit smaller than the Xbox 360 controller. So if you have big hands, or if there's some sort of physical limitation to your gaming, you might want to grab a friend's in order to try it out and see how you'd really like it. This controller is designed for first-person shooters or shooters in general. It's also really good it might also be good for some adventure or action games here and there, but this is almost hands-off for fighting. Look at this D-pad. Come on. Racing games might be hit or miss as well. So, I mean, if you're a really big shooter and you're almost borderline competitive into this, this is definitely something you want to definitely look into. It's supported by not only the Xbox 360, but it's also supported by PC, so I can actually use this for gaming on my PC, which is really, really nice. These controllers are also $50 on the Razer website, razerzone.com. They're actually back ordered per their website as of right now, but you might be able to look at them from other major retailers in order to get your hands on them. So overall, it took me a couple days, but I really do like my Razer controller. And I hope this was informative and informational to you, and hopefully this will help you make your decision on purchasing one as well. Again, check me out at Twitter at Project21, at twitch.tv/Project21, and you're looking at me right here on YouTube/CaliforniaKen. So thanks for watching, and game on.